Solving quadratics by taking the square root. So let's just go ahead and dive right into it. So we have in this problem 2x squared minus 5 equals 13. So what are we going to do? We're going to go ahead and start by, and I want to point something out here. There is no x term. You know, normally if we had like 2x squared plus like 3x minus 5 equals 13, this method will not work because there would be no way to separate the x's. But since we don't have an x term, I'm just going to go ahead and move over the 5. And I will get 2x squared equals 18. And then divide the 2. And you can see I can isolate x. And this, like I said, only works because there is no x term. And now I'm going to square root both sides. Now, this is important. Think about this. What squared is 9? Well, 3 squared is 9, right? 3 squared is 9. But what about negative 3 squared? Isn't negative 3 also, negative 3 times negative 3 is going to give us also positive 9. So there's two answers here, which makes sense. There's been two answers with quadratics all along, right? You know, factored form gave us two answers. A parabola is going to cross the x-axis twice. So of course there's going to be two answers here. So what we're going to do to cover those two answers when I square root both sides here, what I'm going to put, and I meant to erase that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put a plus or minus. Let me just give some space to this. That's what I should have done to begin with. I'm going to put a plus or minus here because there's both the positive and the negative 3 that are our answers. So the lesser value is going to be negative 3. The greater value is going to be positive 3. And each one's going to be similar to that. Remember, we can't square root a negative number, so you got to be careful. And this one will kind of see us do the same situation. So this one's asking to find the 0. So I'm going to take this negative 5x squared plus 180 and set it equal to 0 to find the zeros, right? So this will become a 0. So I'm going to have negative 5x squared plus 180 equals 0. And we're going to solve this same idea. There's no x term. So we can just move that over and everything should work out. Negative 5x squared equals negative 180. Now I don't quite know how many times 5 is going to go into this. I can take a guess. So I know 10 goes into 180 18 times, so we need double that, so 36. So this would be a positive 36. And this is the important step. So let me just move this over a little bit. When I square root both sides, I got to do the plus or minus on this side because both x squared, what answers this equation? Both positive 6 and negative 6 squared will both give us the positive 36. Kind of the nature of that question there. So plus or minus 6 is our answer. So the lesser one is negative 6. The greater one is positive 6. And these are both, oops, supposed to drag this. Both these questions over here are going to be the same idea, so we're not going to go through that.